Hi, I'm going to be talking about exothermic and endothermic reactions and how chemical reactions take place. So, for a chemical reaction to take place, all the bonds in the reactants must break. So, 3 hydrogen to hydrogen bonds must break in this reaction, and 1 nitrogen to nitrogen triple bond must break. And then new bonds form in the products. So, in this case, 2 of these molecules form, and all these new bonds are formed. Bond breaking is an endothermic process, because when bonds break, energy is required, and therefore energy from the environment is taken into the chemical system to break these bonds. When bonds are made, its energy is given out, and therefore it's an exothermic reaction. All bonds have chemical energy stored within them. Alright, so a reaction is endothermic when more energy is taken in to break the bonds in the reactants than the energy is given out when bonds form in the products. Endothermic reactions result in a positive enthalpy change. This means energy from the environment is taken into the chemical system. So, the bonds in the products are weaker. Now, even though the bonds in the products have more chemical energy, they're still weaker. This is because they're less stable. So, when things gain energy, they become less stable. So, for example, if we have a cup of water and we add some heat to it, the water will become less stable and start to evaporate. It has gained energy and is therefore now less stable. So similarly, these bonds have much more chemical energy stored within them. Therefore, they are much less stable and easier to break. Alright, so in exothermic reactions, more energy is released when the bonds form in the products than is taken in when the bonds in the reactants are broken. So exothermic reactions therefore have a negative enthalpy change. This means that energy is given out, and therefore there is an increase in temperature of the environment. So when you do an exothermic reactions, there's generally heat is given out. So the bonds formed in exothermic reactions are much stronger. This is because there is less chemical energy stored within the molecules formed in this situation. And where there's less chemical energy, the bonds are much more stable and harder to break. So stuff generally with less energy is more stable.